So recently we completed the ICA November 2024 examination, and it was an interesting experience. After the examination, had conversations with students and also had a live stream session where we asked students what their take was, how their experiences was, and some of the things that came up were really interesting, especially on the live stream where a couple of people were like, oh, the examination has changed. They were shocked about some of the things that they saw in the exam hall, and so they literally means that, boy, they have failed the examination, or their chances of passing the exam is pretty slim. And so what do going into the March 2025 examination and beyond? Now, what I want to share with you today is to let you understand what it actually takes for you to pass the ICA examination going into 2025, going into 2026. If you're a follower of my work, I've shared a lot about this over and over again because of the fact that students are not trying to accept their faith and letting themselves understand what it actually takes in order to pass the examination. The first thing that I would want to share with you is the concept of your mindset. It is important you understand that this is a professional qualification examination. This is not your MBA program. We respect your MBA. This is not your MSc program. We respect your MSc. This is not your first degree or your PhD program. This is a professional qualification program. And so the mindset that you approach the exam must be different from the mindset that you apply when you were in the university. Now, what do I mean by this? What I mean is that it is important you understand that we have just 3 hours, and in that 3 hours, your faith is literally determined. What it means is that the strategy, the learning style, and the way you think about the exam has to be different. And so the first thing that we need to understand is the concept of having the right mindset. What is the mindset you need here? The mindset you need here is that you need to make sure you understand this is a professional qualification examination. This is not your first degree. This is not your MBA where you're going to be getting scores based on the assignments that you did, the internal assessments that you did, the end of semester examination that you wrote, your project work, and all that will come together. Then we give you a credit or you are being scored based on these things. No, 3 hours and it is done. So your mindset must be that you cannot sit around, do nothing, and then voila, just a few hours to the examination, a few days to the exam, you think you can crumble everything over to be able to go into the exam hall and pass the examination. So mindset is very important. You need to have a different mindset if you are going to be passing the examination. The second thing I want you to understand is to know the syllabus. Listen to me carefully. Many people were shocked because they didn't have the access to the syllabus. And so they were going into the exam hall with the previous syllabus. No, this is a new syllabus. And so the structure of some of the subjects have changed. Subjects like public sector accounting and finance has received a significant change when it comes to the structure of the questions, because it is like financial reporting now, because a lot of the things in public sector have now been spread across almost all of the other subjects to help students understand how each of the subjects integrate with public sector. And so something like public sector, the structure of the exam is different. If you're writing financial management, the same thing. There's a significant structure change in the way the examination is going to be, coming in with public procurement, coming in with Public-Private Partnership Act, coming in with the concept of PIFA. And so you must understand and know about what is in the syllabus, the content in the syllabus. We cannot overemphasize this. And so whatever you do, just go to the ICA website, download the syllabus, and go through the syllabus yourself to have an understanding of what the structure of the syllabus is, what are the key areas that you have to focus on based on the weighings available, and how you can structure yourself so that you don't go to the exam hall and be surprised. Can you imagine that you have studied? You thought you had studied, you thought you had prepared adequately, only for you to get to the exam hall and you realize that there are things that you didn't know were supposed to be studied in respect of the subject that you are writing. And so that is where people got the shock of their life and were like, what the heck is this? Yeah. So get the syllabus and understand the things that are in the syllabus. This is very important. The second thing that I want you to do is to attend lectures. Listen to me. I say this over and over again, and I don't care how excellent you think you are. You need to attend lectures. Now, when I say attend lectures, I'm not saying attend a lecture because, so that once in a while you join the lectures, you join the live lectures, and then blah, 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 blah. No, attend lectures and be conscious to join lectures. One of the experiences we have here is that we have the best platforms available to be able to help students to put themselves in the position to pass the examination. The best. What do I mean by that? Our platform gives you access to summary videos on all of the topics that you need to understand in order to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. In addition to this, you are getting access to the full lecture videos, previous full lecture videos that you can go through the entire syllabus with practice questions to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. You also get access to be able to do live practice questions on our online portal to be able to find out how to work with speed and accuracy, and also join our live lectures where we go through the entire syllabus, do assignments, do performance evaluation tests, and then you study directly under my mentorship with the team here as we guide you in order for you to prepare for the examination and pass the exam. And so attending lectures is very key because many of the students are getting the shock of their life because of the lack of involvement in attending lectures. And I know somebody is going to tell you that, hey, don't worry. I know a friend, he was writing this paper. He didn't even attend any lecture. He just picked the book and did something. And by the grace of God, he went and passed the examination. Yeah, we know the grace of God is valid. We know the power of the Holy Spirit is paramount. But you need to understand that you got to study. You got to work hard. The fact that somebody did not attend lectures does not mean you too don't attend lectures. I keep on saying this all the time that when you put 10 people in a room and ask them to study for the examination, I can guarantee you only 1 out of the 10 will actually go into the exam and do something significant to be able to pass the exam. 9 out of the 10 will fail. The reason is because many people don't even know how to do a simple Google search. Many people don't even understand the structure of the examination. Many people don't understand how they are expected to write out their answers. Many people don't understand what they are expected to do in the exam hall. Many people don't understand how to move with speed and accuracy. Many people do not understand how to balance their emotions in the exam hall and make sure that they control themselves to be able to write out their answers in the manner that they are expected to write the answers. So all of these things can only be worked on when you join a class. All of these things can only be polished when you are part of a community. And that is what we do here at the Nhyira Premium organization. And so really, I want you to attend lectures. Now, if you are somebody who has written the paper over and over again, maybe you've written the paper 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, then maybe I will recommend that you enroll in the Nhyira Premium Platinum course, because that course is for such individuals, high-level coaching and mentorship session, which I'm going to be having with students in that particular category, where we are really delving deeper, going down the route, and then finding out what your problems are and providing you with the guidelines that you need in order for you to pass the examination. And so if you are somebody in that group, I will recommend that enroll in our Nhyira Premium Platinum course. It's going to be a limited group of people who are like-minded, have written the paper twice or 3 times, and they didn't pass, and they are seeking to do a reset. And in that community, we're going to be guiding you, providing you with the blueprints, dealing with the challenges that you have in order for you to pass the examination. So you can head on to our website, nhyirapremium.com, enroll in our regular course. But if you're somebody who has written the paper over and over again and you're looking for something that will help you to enable you to cross that line, then I would recommend that you enroll in the Nhyira Premium Platinum course and make sure you read the details about each of the courses. We have terms and conditions relating to each of the courses. Make sure you read them because, listen, our community is not for everybody. Yeah, we are a school and we want to really help a lot of students pass the examination, but our community is not for everybody, because we are going to hold you accountable. It is not business as usual. You're not going to be enrolling in a course and you just come to class, join the class, and that's all. Join the class and that's all. No, you're going to be held accountable. Assignments will be done. Performance evaluation test will be done. You will be required to do a couple of projects, mini project works. You are going to be required to participate fully in our live lectures, in our extra classes, as well as in our mock sessions. And so it is not an environment where you just walk in, pay fees, and do whatever the heck you like. No, it is an environment where you are going to be held accountable. So I will entreat you to read our terms and condition very well. And if you are comfortable with our terms and condition and you're seeking to take your life to the next level as early as possible, then I can guide you, give you the mentorship that you require. This is what we are called for, and we can assist you in order for you to pass the examination and take your life to the next level. So really, you want to make sure you attend lectures. Then the third thing that I want to share with you is to make sure that you make time to study. You see, it is not enough to attend lectures. It is important you make time to study. And this is where I hear people with a lot of excuses. And you know what I'm going to say about your excuses. You see, people attend lectures and that's all. I've had people who tell me that, oh, Nhyira, me, I don't get time to do anything again. Oh, it is the live lectures now, then that is it. I'm like, that is not enough, because we don't have a lot of time during that live lectures. It's 3 hours per session, and we're going to be running 12 sessions plus some additional sessions. But the live sessions alone is not enough. So you need to make time where you sit down to study on your own, solve questions on your own. And so beyond attending lectures, you have to consciously prepare a study plan which you would discipline yourself to follow and study on your own. And this is where people will come in and say, oh, Nhyira, I'm a busy person. I'm a single mom. I'm a single dad. Nya, 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 nya. I am a business person. Da, 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 da. I am this. I am that. Listen to me. Nobody cares about how busy you think you are. And I say this all the time because I can empathize with you. I understand you have to go through a lot of hurdles. I understand you have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things that you have to do as an individual to become successful. But if you want to pass the ICA examination, you want to pass your ACCA examination, you've got to be willing to make some sacrifices. And I say this all the time, on the altar of success, there must be a sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up something. So if you sit there and you're like, oh, I don't have time to study. Oh, I am a busy person. Oh, I am a busy person. I'm a busy person. I'm a busy person. Then it will take forever to become a chartered accountant. And some of you, your promotions are on the line. Some of you, your next level is on the line. Some of you, your life has been stationary for some time now, all because you have not chartered yet, because you've put other aspects of your life on hold because you want to charter, then you can move on with other things in your life. But this journey is becoming discouraging and things are not moving as you thought they are supposed to move. Why? Because you keep on giving yourself excuses. So in as much as you will be attending lectures, you have to also make time to study on your own. That is the only way you can take your life to the next level. That is the only way you can walk into the exam hall and not be shocked. That is the only way you can walk to the exam hall, work with speed and accuracy, know what you are expected to do, write it the way you are expected to write, and most importantly, pass the examination so you can take your life to the next level. I tell people this. You can do this thing in 2 years. Hell, you can do it in a year. If only you are willing to make some sacrifices. If only you are willing to be dedicated. But the problem with a lot of you is that you have excuses. And so people don't study. They're going to just sit down, walk around, Saturdays and Sundays, chill around, da. A week to the exam, then they hear about intervention here, intervention there, intervention here. I say this all the time. Intervention classes are not for students who have not been studying. Listen carefully. Intervention classes are for people who have been studying all this while, and that session is for whoever that is facilitating it to just bring out some things and help them to identify their weaknesses, their difficulties, and polish them so they go into the exam and write the exam and pass the examination. And that is why we don't do intervention here. Because during our executive leadership masterclass, all we are doing is polishing our students. Because throughout the sessions, we have identified these are their problems. These are the topics they don't understand. These are the areas that they have problem with. Okay, these are the things that we need to let them really understand very well. And so during our executive leadership masterclass, all we are doing is polishing our students. That is why we don't open it up for public consumption, literally, or we don't allow external students to join our executive leadership masterclass, because it is a session that we have dedicated now to spend with our students. Listen to me. Don't wait a week to the exam, 2 weeks to the exam before you start learning, before you start being serious, before you start doing something for yourself. Start studying now. Spread your session across. And that is why we have opened our portal. You can start studying. Go enroll in our course and start studying. Use our summary videos. Use our complete videos. Start studying before our live lectures. Let us assist you, hold your hand, provide you with the mentorship that you need so you can pass the examination. Listen to me. You have been doing this. Some of you have been writing the exam and you've been failing. Have you sat down to ask yourself why you have been failing the exam? Have you sat down to ask yourself why you don't seem to be making any significant progress? Some of you just blame the ICA. Oh, ICA is difficult. Oh, look at how loaded the question is. Oh, look at the English they are using. Oh, look at the information in the question. It is an examination. And an exam requires to have some level of difficulty based on the competency required by whoever that is taking the exam. And so it cannot be to your standard. It has to be to internationally accepted standards. But the problem is that many of you are not studying. All you are doing is giving yourself excuses. All you are doing is, hey, I am busy. Oh, and I'm my work, and I'm my wife, and I'm my husband, and I'm my mother, and I'm my father, and I'm my this, and I'm my that. Nobody cares. And that is where I tell my students this. Yeah, you want me to be empathetic, right? You want me to empathize with you that, hey, I get it. Okay, I get it that you are facing challenges. I get it that you have other responsibilities in your life. But ICAG, ACCA, the exam committee, when they sit down certain questions, they don't ask themselves, oh, what kind of students do we have? No, they don't sit down and say, oh, our students are busy people. They are corporate executives. They don't have a lot of time to study. So let's set the question in such a way that, they can come in and write the exam and pass. No. So nobody cares about how busy you are. Nobody cares about the load, the hurdles, the pressure you have, the things you have to go through. When the exam committee sits, they are asking themselves just a couple of questions. Number one, what is the competency required of this paper at this level? Number two, what kind of questions can we bring that will meet the International Professional Qualification Examination standard? Because there are standards that they must follow. So nobody cares about your difficulties. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about what you have to go through. All I'm trying to say is this. If you want to pass the examination, you have to sit down to study. Listen, this is not the 2013s, the 2014s, the 2015s, where you can just sit down and do some shabo shabo, solve some ICA past questions and go to the exam and pass the exam. No, the quality of the examination has reached that level where only people who have truly studied are rewarded. Only people who have really sat down to go through the syllabus, to practice questions, to understand the principles are going to pass the examination. So if you sit down and you don't do anything, by 3 days to the exam, a week to the exam, that is where you start doing something, then you are going to fail the examination. So I really want you to be serious. I really want you to start putting in the work, putting in the efforts that will position you in order for you to pass the examination. And most importantly, take your life to the next level. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is this. It is in your hand. You decide what you want. You decide how you want this to be played. You decide whether you want to become a chartered accountant and when you want to become a chartered accountant. You can do it in a year. You can do it in 2 years. You don't have to take 10 years to be a chartered accountant. You don't have to take 5 years to be a chartered accountant. If you are willing to make some sacrifices, you are willing to be guided, you are willing to be mentored, you are willing to drop your ego and see yourself as a student, I can guarantee you, you will go to the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Head on to our website, NhyiraPremium.com, enroll in a course today and start studying under my mentorship. As I said, if you have written the paper over and over again and you're looking for something that would really help you to give you the exact blueprint you need to be able to pass the examination, then enroll in our Nhyira Premium Platinum program, because this program will give you the exact blueprint that you need, help you to identify what your challenges are, and you'll be studying directly under my mentorship, and I'll be guiding you, holding your hands with the team here as we prepare you to go to the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you during our live calls.